What's going on, Dolphins? It's your boy Dillon. Got a quick one for you today. I do have an interview from Cam Wake with Cam Wake and Adam Gase's press conference as well. Before I get to that, though, I got some injury news for you. Some good injury news and some bad injury news. So let's get right into it. The good news is that Travis Swanson and Danny Amendola, while they have been listed as questionable, they are both expected to play, so we should have our center back as well as one of our receivers. Obviously, Amendola is probably kind of anxious to, play against the Patriots again and hopefully, do some good things and help us get this win. So the two of them are likely back in. Now, the unfortunate part is we might have to, we will have to deal with Ted Larson at left guard again, unfortunately. Last game I heard they said that he's the worst rated guard in the league. Yeah, so, whatever. Anyway, so he's going to have to be in there because Jake Brendel has been ruled out today as of today's injury report. And the real bad news is that Xavier Howard has been ruled out for this game. So he will not be playing against Tom Brady and the Patriots due to the knee injury that he suffered last week against the Bills. Now, from all indications and from the way it seems is it's not, a bad knee injury. It's not going to keep him out the rest of the season or anything like that, but he's going to miss this game. So hopefully somebody steps up, man. Torrey McTyer or, Cornell Armstrong, somebody. Hopefully somebody steps up. Obviously, that's going to put a lot more on the plates of like Minka and McDonald and Jones. And definitely going to put more on the plate of, the defensive line. But since Brady is not as mobile as, like, let's say Josh Allen, because here's the thing. I mean, last week we were getting, tons of pressure. We were getting in there. We were just barely missing, and then he would run for hella yards. Tom Brady's not like that. So, he does have good pocket presence and he can break out and scramble a little bit, but he's not Josh Allen. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not Russell Wilson. He's not any of these guys that are gonna, he's not Tyrod Taylor. He's not any of these guys that are just gonna, run over us and run all over us all day, right? So there are opportunities, and if they can get the kind of pressure that they got last week, then I think we'll be all right. But that one does suck. That one hurts. It's rough. It's going to be rough not having our best corner out there. But hopefully it's just this game. Hopefully he comes back, against Minnesota and helps us get that W. We're going to win this game, though, guys. We're definitely going to win it. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what happens. I don't care what. We're coming away with this dub. And that's it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it there. Go ahead and send you off to these interviews. I hope you enjoy them. If you do, and if you enjoy my show, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell if you want the alerts. Make sure you hit the like button as well. I really appreciate that. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comments section. I love to interact with you guys. And of course, also follow me on Twitter. You can hit me up there. It's at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, guys, I'm out. See y'all soon. Phins up.
Satisfaction getting to any quarterback, but there's mutual respect with you and Brady. It's been clear over the years. Any extra satisfaction, even a little bit?
If there's extra, that means last week I was sandbagging. So can't be one without the other. There's never any extra. I always give it 100% this week, next week, and until I stop playing.
I read an interesting story on the Dolphins website. It was really well done, and it mentioned Andy.
No.
It was you mentioned in the story why you chose number 91. I'd never heard that before. Can you share that with us?
I wear number 91. Obviously, a lot of you guys know my story from back when I was out of work. if people don't know, when NFL rosters are made, for camp they pick 90 players to play on their roster, and all 32 teams went through their available players, and they picked 90 guys. So at the minimum, I was at least the 91st best player that they could think of on every roster. So every day I said I put that number on. I kind of remember that I was one of the guys on the outside looking in. And it's just a little moment to where you came from and keep you grounded. Treat every day as a blessing. Now I'm no longer the 91st guy, but there was a time. So, cherish every moment, good, bad, or otherwise, and appreciate the blessings.
You cross paths with so many 91s in your career, guys who might make it, might not make it, just on the verge. And I'm sure they're constantly asking you for advice and encouragement. What's one thing you always kind of try to pass along to a quote-unquote fringe guy?
You have to have belief in yourself. I go back along my path where I was working out at the local gym, and of course guys look, hey man, what do you do, or what are you in here for? And you tell them, oh, I'm working to be in the NFL, and they laugh to themselves. People who were supposed to be my fans or friends or family even, not believing in you and kind of telling maybe you should give this up, move on, and try something else. If it's something that you really truly believe in your heart, you have to believe it. But at the same time, belief isn't enough. Hope is not a strategy. I tell people all the time, you got to go out and put in the work. Whatever your craft is, it doesn't have to be just football. Whatever it is, you got to put in the time, the energy, the effort, the blood, sweat, and tears, as the cliche says, so that when they do call, and literally call and say, hey, you're up, we want you to come out to training camp, which was in Canada for me, and I was ready to seize the moment. So those two things, the belief and the sacrifice and putting in the work, so when your moment does present itself, you'll be ready.
Cam, besides the weather in northern cities, what difference do you notice in December football as opposed to the earlier months in the season?
Well, it's, of course, all games count. That doesn't really change. But whatever you have done or didn't do, this is the month where you have to lay in the bed you made, let's say it that way. They're meaningful games, and again, all games are meaningful, but these are the times where you can kind of put yourself and separate yourself and create a postseason or otherwise. So again, that all is based upon a lot of things you maybe have done the first game of the year. Who knows? But this is where those games kind of stand out to say, all right, this is going to keep propelling us toward our goal, or you drop the ball and things go the other way. So the weather for us doesn't really change much. It's a little cooler. It's nice outside today, but the games are just as important.
Will be Sunday, mid-80s on Sunday.
Oh, beautiful. South Florida. We live in paradise, unlike some other.
Challenges of getting to Brady in the pocket. How would you describe his movement in there over the years?
Obviously, a veteran in the game, he knows where to be and when to be there. And as a front, you have to do the same. Know where to be and when to be there as well. Obviously, getting the ball out, getting the playmakers, trying to do his best not to take a hit, and it's our task to do the complete opposite. So every week it's a different challenge. One week it might be a guy who doesn't want to get, so he's taking off running, or this week it could be a guy who's getting the ball out of his hands. But our job doesn't change. We got to affect the quarterback in any way possible.
Have you guys ever exchanged words playfully after a play, either when you get to him or maybe where he escapes from you over the years? Do you recall anything?
I'm sure there's been something. We've come in contact a few times, but nothing that stands out.
Do you own his cookbook?
I didn't know he had a cookbook.
Healthy eating, it's good.
Okay.
Cam, I'm doing something on pregame routines. And
Yeah.
what is your pregame routine like as far as taking the field and stretching, and how did you come up with it? How long have you had it?
I've had it, I guess, since college, I guess. It's kind of, matured as I have. I don't know if it's anything dramatic, but I've had it for a while. It's just, I guess every position is different. Every guy even is different as what you feel like you need to be ready to go out there and take that first snap. Some guys playful and interacting with the fans, enjoying the moment. Some guys kind of go in their own little bubble and focus on what, the job at hand. Everybody's different, so you'll probably get literally 50 different versions of pregame warm-ups. But for me, I kind of go in my own little bubble and just zone out and block out everything else and do the traditional, stretching and a little warm-up, running, check the field, music. It's just, I guess, more probably normal, like if that's such a thing.
Do you take 2 laps around the field, or is there just sit on the bench for a while? Anything that you do?
Yeah, I go to the same place every field we go to. I think I've been to every stadium except one at this point. And I do the same kind of stretch routine. I check the field in the same ways. I do sit on the bench. It's, you take a little bit of, I guess, that calm before the storm, before you go in and kind of strap on the pads and get ready. So it's been that way literally since college, and probably be that way till I stop.
And when you're checking the field, you're just how the grass holds up, your different traction.
Yeah, different traction. You got right. Yeah, exactly. If it rained yesterday, will this surface provide me enough resistance when I'm turning a corner or when I'm bursting out of my stance? You basically put the stress on the field or on your cleats to see if they hold up. Maybe I need to go longer, shorter. I can wear turf shoes. I can wear tennis shoes. I mean, it just depends on the surface. There's been times where 7 studs won't go into the ground. It's so cold. And there's been games down here in South Florida where you need some long cleats because it rained last night or this morning. So all the factors play into it to make sure that you're ready.
And what's the spot on the bench, and what are you thinking?
I sit on the middle of our bench, usually where the DBs are. If you look at it from where the DBs are. And it could be reminiscing. It could be hatred about a player I'm about to play. It could be looking for you lovely guys. It could be anything. It just depends on the situation.
Cam, from a pass rushing standpoint, how nice will it be to go from a guy who was really tough to get a hand on to Brady, who's a little bit less mobile?
Well, all quarterbacks are tough. I mean, again, like I said, if a guy takes off and runs, you don't get him. You don't get him. If a guy throws the ball, you don't get him. You don't get him. It's two sides of the same coin. So whether they're taking off and running or handing the ball off or throwing it as a pass rusher, that's you're not going to get the play. But at the end of the day, again, we have to try to do what we can to be in the right place at the right time, work together as a front. I'm talking on the front, like in linebackers, if none of them are over there. But all of us got to work together. It's not just a pass rush, one guy thing. It has to be the whole unit, or else you won't be successful.
Cam, I want to ask you about Laremy Tunsil. What kind of growth? I know you don't go against him regularly, but what kind of growth have you seen from him in the last 3 years?
Well, it's always good to see you when guys come in, and especially when they're top picks, because across not just this team but across the league, you see guys come in, maybe they're big-headed or they're entitled or whatever the situation may be. Some guys come in and they just work hard and want to fit in. He's a guy who I've noticed from the start. It's, kept his head down, done his job, done what he's asked. A guy who helps out the team as far as I told you guys all the time on this O-line and D-line. We hate each other sometimes, especially early on in camp, but then at the end, it's kind of a unit where we're trying to help each other. Don't do this because a pass rusher is going to do that, or they're telling us don't. This really gives a guy this will give a guy trouble if you do X, Y, and Z. So bouncing ideas off one another, and as he's obviously grown in his game, he's been able to provide more and more feedback to guys and helping out. So it's a joy to see that. I mean, I look around his locker room and mention other guys who started and growing their path, and I think he's had a tremendous year. He's had a tremendous career, and I'm glad he's on our side.
His ability basically to protect himself, from guys trying to cut him and things like that if you can't do that. So, we'll give it another run next week, see where we're at, and we'll go from there.
Encouraged about Amendola playing?
Yeah, I think he did everything he could this week and got him moving around, seen him run a lot of different routes, so, gives us a chance.
With Kenny in the slot position, how much different is that for you in terms of plays or what you can do or what it opens up?
It's not much different. Like Kenny knows all those spots. He knows if somebody goes down, then he's the one guy that we have that can do everything. He knows all the spots. He knows all the different routes. He has a good feel inside to be able to do the right thing. I mean, that's really the biggest thing with the slot receivers, being able to kind of sit in zones, know when to go, know when not to, know when you're just basically taking two guys out of the play to get somebody else open. So he's got his knowledge of that is really good.
Adam, for you guys getting more snaps per game, is that as simple as converting third downs and extending drives, or?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Is that like the basis of it, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go first, second down, and you're getting efficient plays, and you keep that rolling, that always helps. Third down conversions would be nice. So you got to keep yourself in third and manageable. That gives you the best opportunity. Run pass options is really what you want to try to do.
Third downs have kind of been an issue for a while now, and the thought is that if you have success in running game early downs, you'll have success on third downs, but it hasn't really.
Yeah, we're catching ourselves where we have two bad plays and we're 3rd and 10. We're not going to have a lot of success with that. So we have to do a better job. And when we do get 3rd and 2 to 5 or under 6, we got to convert at a higher percentage. We got to have the guys that we're throwing the ball to get open, and we need number 1 to be available. We can't be covered. And then we got to pull the trigger. We got to protect.
I want to ask for the Chris Perkins, Isaac Asiata update. He's on your 53. He gets pretty good reviews from his teammates. Where is he in his
I
development?
think he's getting better. I think the more he's seen, the better he's getting. I think the whole thing for us is, like, we love his size. We love the way when he gets hands on guys. I mean, his biggest thing is just the consistency of understanding when they're running those interior stunts of just moving the lateral movement and getting used to kind of like, when do I let a guy go? When do I stay where I'm at? And I think he's getting a lot better at that stuff. I think going against our guys every week and just kind of the quickness they have, I think it's helped him. I think he's doing a great job in individual. I think he does a really good job as far as being engaged in the meeting, even though he hasn't had an opportunity to play. He's engaged in the meeting. He knows what to do. He's ready to go if his number's called. And really, that's all we can ask. And the fact that he's getting better every week and he's trying to get better every week, that's what we want.
Brummel's out?
Yes.
Do you feel on Watson yet?
I mean, he had a good week. So, I mean, I hope he can go because we're low on numbers.
Alright guys, you've reached the end of my video. This is the end of the interviews. I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you enjoyed my show. Also, as a whole, if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Make sure you hit the like button. And please share your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys. It's for you. This is for you. And also follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. It's on the end screen. My Twitter handle is on the end screen if you need to know it. And with that, guys, I'm out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.